Hey everybody, Jade here, and today is definitely going to be a long day in my South Jersey life. There, I found a way to fit my channel name into the sentence, but no, for real, I have this phone court hearing, because everything's either done by phone or video, usually through like smaller cases and stuff, at least around here, because of the pandemic. I have this court hearing today. I had to put $200 out for a public defender. Um, I originally got in trouble on on like I think it was May of last year or something like that. So it's almost been a year. And they've been continuously delaying it. And then there was the first appearance where nothing really happened except they explained things. And then the second appearance where I chose to get a public defender. Now I'm sure you're thinking, what the hell did you get in trouble doing? Look, I've been guilty of a lot of things in my lifetime, but I was actually slammed with tickets, and that's why I got a public defender. They gave me like 5 tickets. What happened was I was going down a highway out in a town called Glassboro, New Jersey. It's like one of them towns where the cops have nothing to do and they will get you for anything. And I I think I was just like speeding or something. Like not by much, but maybe like 10 miles an hour. And they pulled me over. Then my license had recently expired. It wasn't suspended or nothing. It had just recently expired. And I didn't even know that, honestly. Because how often do you really look at the expiration date on your license? And it was just expired like the month before. And so they hit me with the expired license and the speeding ticket, and then they asked like if I do any drugs or alcohol or anything like that because I looked like I was a little bit like tired, because I looked a little bit out of it, which I was tired and like had just had major surgery on my chest less than a year before that. So they had me on all kinds of medications and on and off, all kinds of different ones. And they were like, "Do you mind us checking the car, etc.?" I was like, "Sure, no problem." So they find 2 bottles of medication in the glove compartment. It was my anxiety medication and it was a muscle relaxer. And the muscle relaxer isn't even a narcotic. It was something called cyclobenzaprine or something like that. They call it Flexerol also. But they had asked if I had taken the medications. I was like, yeah, this morning when I was supposed to and everything. So, long story short, they end up giving me a field sobriety test. I passed everything. I passed the breathalyzer. That was fine. Then they tell me to walk, the heel thing, which now keep in mind in my car accident, less than 5 years, well, at that point, less than 4 years before that incident, I had, I had broke my pelvic bone like a wishbone. I should have never even walked again normally in the first place. Now I can walk normal, but if I bend my legs in certain ways, I am gonna like trip over myself or something. Or just, it's obvious if there's a little issue there. Like if I put one foot directly in front of another, it's gonna hurt because the two screws that fuse my hip back together move around a little bit. And so I kept like tripping and because like they tell you to do it heel to heel. So then they're like, "Oh yeah, you must be under the influence. That's a DWI." And then they also charged me with possession of my medications. Like even though it has my name on the bottle and it was very recently written out and there was no sign that like they charged me with possession as if it was possession of a controlled substance. And yeah, so that was the other tickets, DWI and possession. That's the ones I'm really worried about fighting because that could go on my permanent record. And for one thing, I had only taken the muscle relaxers. Like, I'm not even on them anymore. Because I had only taken them for like a year after my major surgery on my chest. And, like, they had also helped me a little bit with my like chronic pain that I get from my pelvic injury, which I still get chronic pain to this day, even if I sleep the wrong way or something. Um, so I sent over my pharmacy records to a public defender to show that I had just recently been prescribed them things and there's no reason to charge me with possession as if I'm illegally holding on to them or something in one way or another. And basically I'm just gonna plead my case, and I'm pretty sure they will stick with the driving with an expired license and speeding tickets because I was guilty of them two things. But you could tell this cop was just out to nail me. Like, some of them are just like that. There are many good cops out there who do their jobs correctly. But I was explaining myself to the cop the whole time, and he did not want to hear it. Like, I can tell the difference between a respectable cop and one that's just writing out every ticket they could fathom to write out. You know, like, I think that just that people like that should not be wearing a badge. I'm sorry. Just they do not belong in control of our people's lives if that's how they're gonna work. I've been in trouble with the legal system on multiple occasions for doing multiple stupid things in my youth, but I wasn't actually doing any of the things that he implied I was doing, and it was very obvious. Even the other cop was stepping in saying, well, didn't the person say that they had a pelvic injury? I mean, they were walking a little weird, like, and the other cop's like, yeah, no, that's because look at the medications that are in the car. Like, them two medications, it's amazing they're even awake. And I'm sure they have body cam footage that would prove my defense 100%. But all I could afford was a public defender. But considering that I have the pharmacy records and everything sent to him, I feel like the worst public defender in the world can win this case. At least, like, get them serious things knocked off of me. Not to mention, I have medical records of having surgery recently right before that, and the fact that my pelvic bone is just totally screwed up and only being held together by metal. Well, I mean, it's healed to a degree, but the metal is still there and you feel it if you even twist a certain way or something like that. So, yeah, once in a while, like, it'll cause me to, like, almost fall or something, or, like, I'll just take a funny step while I'm walking or whatever. And they basically called it that, well, this one cop, I should say, was saying that I was acting inebriated. Look, I could tell you, me inebriated, like, first of all, I wouldn't have even been able to get out the car if I was that inebriated off of them medications, at least. Like, I don't know. But I will make a second part to this because I have court within 1 hour right now. And it'll be interesting how it goes because, either I'm gonna plead innocent and it's gonna be drug out into a trial, like full blown, or they're just going to drop the major things, hit me with the minor things that I am guilty of, and I'll be sure to let you guys know how it all turns out. But I am not in the best mood this morning. I didn't even really bother to do my hair up or nothing. Like, I just did a little bit of makeup so I didn't look total dude looking, but yeah, this is having me stressed out like crazy. I mean, I'm the type of person, if I'm guilty, I will say I'm guilty, but let me tell you right now, I was not under the influence of anything. And obviously, when you're prescribed to something, that is not possession of a controlled dangerous substance. Like, if you have a script for something and it has your name specifically on it, and you have it in the bottle, that's not how it's supposed to work in any state that I know of. At least it doesn't work around like that here. So, like I said, I could have the worst public defender in the world, and I'm getting away with that one. I don't know why they would even try for something like that, because it was so obvious. And it was in the glove compartment, too. It's not like it was in my pocket or anything. It was obviously just put there in case I needed it later. And, I immediately let them search the whole car. I had nothing to hide. Well, technically, it was my mom's car. I think I was driving at the time. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Then they wouldn't even let my mom drive the car. Even though my mom came to the scene and everything, like they wouldn't even let her drive it. Like they fucking towed it, and she had to pay over $500 to get it out, even though she was standing right there with her license still valid and everything. It was her car, and they still did that. Good job, Glassboro police. Well, this cop specifically, I don't even know his name, but they really, you see in police shows all the time where the cops are better people than that, and they just let the person who's obviously able to drive it just drive it rather than be assholes about it and do what they did in this situation. So yeah, I mean, I've been dealing with this, like fighting this whole thing for almost a year now, and it's about to come to a head in an hour, so wish me the best of luck, guys. I mean, I just want to get it put in my past and be done with it, you know? I hate things like this hanging over my head, and it just infuriates me because I know that I'm not even guilty of the most serious tickets I got. Like, just give me the speeding ticket, give me the expired license ticket, that's enough. Why did they have to push for more? But like I said, Glassboro is one of them towns where the cops really don't have much to do, and they'll get any ticket that they can get for somebody, you know. Like if it was in Vineland, my hometown, you know, there's drive-by shootings and stuff like that that they gotta worry about in that town. So they have more serious issues. They ain't gonna write you all them crazy tickets for one little incident like that. They ain't gonna waste their time with that. You know, like I just wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. I think that's just how it happened for me. So yeah, wish me luck, please. um, I will be sure to drop you guys a video later. For now, be safe and peace out.